One of the things that you were talking about just a short time ago was, planning for the summer. What do we do?
Yeah, well, that's the big conversation in our house. When the official word came down that summer camp was done, we're trying to still mark the summer and spend time together. We don't have a second summer home, so what do we do? Are we allowed to rent? Can we go somewhere? So we thought we'd look into some options right across the country. Cottages are becoming very popular, but the demand is high, the supply is short, because as people own a summer home or a place to get away on the weekends, they are staying there. With so many people working from home, this has become a viable option. And so that means for people who may want to rent, if restrictions are lifted, and that does become eventually an option, is there going to be a place to rent? These are things that you got to check in province by province. But if you wanted to travel to another provinces, those restrictions vary. And I want to take you right across the country. Let's start over in the West Coast, really popular spot in the summer, both in the interior and on the coast. For right now in BC, there are no checks at the border. But they are asking people to avoid non-essential travel. Alberta, also no checks, and there's no laws against going to your cabins or your trailers there. But again, non-essential travel, not encouraged at present. In Saskatchewan, there are strict limits on traveling north, but the borders are open and there are no checks. In Manitoba right now, their borders are open. A lot of people have summer homes, especially in southern Manitoba. But there are information checkpoints where you will have to give your information as well as receive some information about spread and about physical distancing and how to stay safe. There are no laws and restrictions in Ontario, just lots of caution. Anecdotally hearing from people who are up in cottage country, they say how Canadians feel about Americans coming from hotspots across the border. That's how they feel about people coming in from the city. So lots of caution, but still you are allowed to go. In Quebec, it gets stricter as you move east. There are checkpoints, in particular at the most common points of entry, including Gatineau in the lower North Shore. In New Brunswick, they have put in place a ban on social visits and on tourism. Their border checks are 24 hours. There are several of them, and they are checking to see if you do in fact live there. If you are not a resident, you can be turned around and sent back home. Nova Scotia, there are checkpoints at all the major points of entry. You will be stopped, you will be questioned, you will be asked for information. Newfoundland, Labrador, open to residents only. In PEI, we learned that you can go and visit your summer home starting June 1st, but you do have to prove residency, or you do have to prove ownership. And in the north, there are restrictions in place for anybody traveling in from major centers, and you will have to isolate for 2 weeks. In the meantime, guys, RV rentals up 650%. So that could be an option for you. Again, check your provincial websites. It's the only way to know. Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.